Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, and if you would, remain standing after the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Over the past couple of weeks, we've had some losses in the city of Norwalk. One was Frank Zullo, a three-term mayor back in the 60s, who navigated Norwalk through some very challenging times, and who also served Norwalk on many boards and commissions such as the YMCA, the Norwalk Hospital, University of Bridgeport, and among others. And he was a tireless champion for the city of Norwalk, and he was also a first district commissioner. So we will miss him tremendously for all he's done for the city. Today I attended the funeral for Trooper First Class Walter Green, a state trooper who lost his battle with cancer that was a result of his deployment to Ground Zero shortly after the 9/11/2001 attack on the World Trade Center. Trooper Green left behind a family, a wife, 3 children, many cousins, sisters, and so forth. He served the state of Connecticut well. He served his country well as a Marine, and he was truly a remarkable gentleman. So I would ask for a moment of silence in memory of both of these individuals. Thank you. The first item on the agenda, I'm sorry, the clerk, if you'll call the roll and read the prepared statement.
June 12, 2018. Please be advised this meeting is being taped for audio and video broadcast. The meeting will also be closed captioned. It is important that everyone speak clearly into the microphones and only one person speak at a time. Assisted listening devices are available. Mr. Burnett. Mr. Corsello.
Here.
Mr. Sacchinelli.
Here.
Ms. Smith. Here. Mr. Stern.
Here.
Ms. Melendez. Mr. Ioannidis.
Here.
Mr. Sims. Mr. Kites.
Here.
Ms. Siegelbaum. Mr. Hempstead.
Here.
Mr. Serenides. Mr. Igneri.
Here.
Mr. Livingston.
Here.
9 present.
9 present. We have a quorum. First item on the agenda is the acceptance of the minutes of the regular meeting of May 22nd, 2018. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Mr. Igneri moves. Any corrections, deletions, additions? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Mr. Hempstead abstains, and Ms. Smith abstains. 7 in favor, 2 abstentions, and no opposition. Next item on the agenda is public participation.
We have none.
We have nobody signed up to address the council. Is there anybody that wishes to address the council that did not have an opportunity to sign the sheet?
If we can just clarify, I think most of the people that wanted to speak were here for the CC item, but you haven't moved.
We're here for the Soto CC. That is my understanding. It's off the agenda tonight.
If I,
Pardon me?
it will be. If I could just explain, that item got put on the agenda by mistake. It is scheduled still, the proposal is still scheduled to be considered by the Finance Committee this Thursday at its meeting, and the BET on its next meeting on July 9th.
But it is off the agenda this evening.
But it will be. There's going to be a vote to move it to the July 10th meeting, but that hasn't taken place yet.
Any other person wishing to address the council? Seeing none, we will close the public session, public participation. Under resignations and appointments, we have 3. We have 1 resignation. Mr. James S. Hamilton resigning from the Norwalk Facilities Construction Commission. We have 2 appointments. The first one being Mr. Brian Kirschner, Facilities Construction Commission. Do I have a motion? Mr. Porcello.
As you can see from his resume, Mr. Kirschner is extremely qualified. He's a project manager for a well-known construction company here in Norwalk. But in addition, he comes from a family with a long history of service to this community. I'm always heartened by the fact that when I see that families instill not only a sense of commitment to family and friends and country, but to their local community as well. Between his qualifications and his commitment, I know he's going to do a good job.
Thank you. Further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Congratulations. Next appointment is Mr. Vinnie Scicitano for the Bike Walk Commission. Do I have a motion? Mr. Hempstead.
Mr. Mayor, Vincent has been involved a lot, also another person involved with the community, certainly with the Norwalk, best known for the Norwalk Seaport Association over a long period of time, along with other South Norwalk Boat Club and East Norwalk Business Association. Vincent tells me he's an avid biker. I'm assuming that's a bicycle biker?
We'll find out.
And was very much interested in serving on this appointment.
Thank you. Further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Congratulations. Mr. Scicitano is not here, but congratulations. Mr. Kirschner, if you'd like to come down and the clerk will administer your oath of office. We don't fool around here. We want to get you before you change your mind.
There he goes. Hi. If you would, raise your right hand. I, Brian Kirschner, having been appointed as a member of the Facilities Construction Commission of the City of Norwalk, do solemnly swear or affirm that you will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of said office according to your best skill and judgment, so help you God, or upon the pains and penalties of perjury. Congratulations. Thank you for serving.
Congratulations, Brian.
If
We'll
you'll
sign 2 of those.
two
You'll get
and-
1.
Yeah. Leave me one.
Sure he's not a doctor, Steve? He shines like one.
There you go. This one is yours.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations. I just have 2 very brief comments. Norwalk has received an award from Live Green. It is their Climate Champion Award. We're supposed to get it tonight. Are they here? You said they were going to
No,
come?
Eloisa was going to bring it.
Eloisa is going to bring it. She called in sick. Okay. For leadership and innovation in the implementation and passing the fracking waste ban ordinance. So again, Norwalk has a lot to be proud of when we try to live green and try to reduce our carbon footprint and make sure that we are living as responsible members of Mother Earth. Two big dates coming up for our graduating seniors and their families. Congratulations to Norwalk High School graduates whose ceremonies are scheduled for June 18th. And congratulations to the Brian McMahon High School graduates who received their diplomas on June 19th. We're really always very proud of the accomplishments of our students. And if you ever have any questions about the quality of the education in the Norwalk Public School System, just take a look at the colleges that our seniors are accepted to. They are a remarkable listing of colleges, Ivy League, all the best schools in the country. And we even have one young lady this year who had received 2 appointments to the military academy, 1 Army and 1 Navy. Again, that is something remarkable, and Norwalk is a lot to be proud of when it comes to our educational system. We also, on June 15th, now I've been told this is not a graduation from middle school, it's called a promotion now. Well, when I was in West Rocks, we graduated into Norwalk High, but on June 15th, it's a busy night for me. I start off going to the West Rocks graduation here at City Hall, promotion. I then go to the Nathan Hale at Norwalk High, then I go to the Ponus Ridge at Brian McMahon, and I go to the Rhoton Middle School at Rhoton Middle School, so one right after the other, and address the promoting young people who are going from 8th grade into 9th grade. It's an exciting time for them as they're going into that next chapter of their life. So that is all I have. Mr. Kites?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This evening, Mr. Ioannidis will be reading the consent calendar, and just a little, tell the audience, if you hear your item read, if you're here for a particular item, that means that your item has been approved, unless otherwise noted, so you're no longer obligated to stay, but if you may if you choose so. So, Mr. Ioannidis, would you like to...
We got a long one, but I just drank a double espresso, so we should get out of this pretty soon. All right. First, we have 6A1, authorization for discussion settlement Pablo Gomez versus City of Norwalk. 7A1, authorize Mayor Harry W. Rilling to sign a renewed Juvenile Review Board Services Agreement between the Town of Westport and the City of Norwalk. Westport will pay Norwalk the sum of $18,000 for fiscal year 2018 to 2019 and $20,000 for fiscal year 2019 to 2020 for provision of JRB program and support services of up to 15 cases per each fiscal year. 7A2, authorize Mayor Harry W. Rilling to sign a new agreement for Juvenile Review Board services between the Town of Weston and the City of Norwalk. Weston will pay Norwalk the sum of $15,000 for fiscal year 2018-2019 for provision of JRB program and support services of up to 12 cases per fiscal year, July 1st, 2018 to June 30th, 2019. 7A3, authorize the mayor to execute an agreement with Axon Enterprise, Inc. for the purchase, delivery, use, and support of Axon products and services related to body cameras and included language of tasers and related equipment for the police department in an amount not to exceed $288,136.84, account number noted. 7B1, authorize resolution making appropriations for various public improvements aggregating $83,793,000 for the 2018-2019 capital budget and authorizing the issuance of $83,793,000 general obligation bonds of the city to meet certain appropriations in the 2018-19 capital budget. 7C1A, authorize the Mayor Harry W. Rilling to enter into an agreement with Field Turf USA, Inc. for the replacement of the Norwalk High School turf field for an amount not to exceed $542,000, account number to be determined. 7C1B, authorize the Director of Recreation and Parks to issue a change order on contract for a total not to exceed $15,000, account number TBD. 7C2, authorize the purchasing agent to enter into an agreement with M.E. O'Brien and Sons, Inc. for the purchase of Norwalk Early Childhood Center NECC playground at the Roosevelt Center for an amount not to exceed $100,513, account noted. 7C3A, authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to enter into an agreement with Pro-Built Designs, LLC for the installation of the Norwalk Early Childhood Center playground at the Roosevelt Center for an amount not to exceed $26,500, account noted. 7C3B, authorize the Director of Recreation and Parks to issue a change order on contract for a total not to exceed $5,000, account noted. 7D1A, authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to execute an agreement with Sumco Eco Contracting, LLC for a project CONS 2018-1 flock process dam removal project for a sum not to exceed $454,500. 7D1B, authorize the Senior Environmental Officer to execute orders on the contract with Sumco Eco Contracting LLC for project CONS 2018-1 flock process dam removal project for a sum not to exceed $45,450. Technical correction, accounts noted, technical correction of Common Council action of March 13th, 2018, item 7A3 to add account numbers noted. 7D2A, authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to execute an agreement with the Grasso Companies, LLC for project PM 2018-1 pavement management program for a sum not to exceed $2,875,598.75, account as noted. 7D2B, authorize the Director of Public Works to execute orders on the contract with the Grasso Companies LLC for Project PM 2018-1 Pavement Management Program for a sum not to exceed $287,559.87. Accounts noted. 7D3, authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to execute an amendment to Seal Coating, Inc. for Project PM 2018-3, crack sealing at various locations for a sum not to exceed $93,447.50. Account noted. 7D4, authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to execute an amendment with the Grasso Companies LLC for Project RD 2017-2, concrete curbs and sidewalks at various locations for a sum not to exceed $326,000. Account noted. 7D5, authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to execute a construction inspection services agreement between the City of Norwalk and AECOM Technical Services, Inc. for inspection services required in conjunction with the rehabilitation of St. James Street Bridge over the Silvermine River, CONDOT project number 102-320 for a sum not to exceed $481,500, funding 80% federal, 20% city. Accounts noted. 7D6, authorize the purchasing agent to issue a purchase order to CN Wood of Connecticut LLC for the purchase of one trackless MT7 articulating tractor and V-plow attachment not to exceed $124,630. Account noted. 7D7, authorize the purchasing agent to issue a purchase order to CN Wood of Connecticut LLC for the purchase of one 2019 Mack GU 713 rear refuse loader not to exceed $237,611. Account noted. 7E1, I would like consent to table to the July 10th council meeting, and that is authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to execute the purchase and sales agreement with the South Norwalk Community Center, Inc. to purchase a 1/2 interest in the property located at 98 South Main Street in Norwalk. 7E2, authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to execute an agreement with the Connecticut Institute for Communities, Inc., CIFC, for the use and management of the Head Start programs at Ben Franklin Center from July 1st, 2018 to June 30th, 2023. Terms of the agreement should be outlined in Alan Lowe's memo dated May 31st, 2018, with utility payment at $2.50 per square foot per year. 7E3, authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to execute an agreement with Connecticut Institute for Communities, Inc. for the use and management of the Head Start programs at Nathaniel Ely Center from July 1st, 2018 to June 30th, 2023. Terms of the agreement shall be as outlined in Alan Lowe's memo dated May 31st, 2018, with utility payment at $2.50 a square foot per year. 7E4, authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to execute any and all documents necessary to accept the assignment of the management agreement with Community Development Institute for the Ben Franklin Center and Nathaniel Center Head Start programs from CDI to Connecticut Institute for Communities, Inc., as necessary to maintain continued child care services through the summer of 2018. 7E5, correction of Common Council action of April 10th, 2018, 7B2 and 3 by replacing Community Development Institute Head Start, Inc. with Connecticut Institute for Communities, Inc. New action to read as follows. 2, authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to execute a sublease agreement among the City of Norwalk, Connecticut Institute of Communities, Inc. and Odyssey Learning Center for the use of the Nathaniel Ely Center for the operation of a 2018 summer child care programming for Head Start children from July 5th, 2018 to August 3rd, 2018. And 3, authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to execute a sublease agreement among the City of Norwalk, Connecticut Institute of Communities, Inc., and Stepping Stones Museum for Children, Inc., for the use of the Ben Franklin Center for the operation of a 2018 summer child care programming for Head Start children from July 5th, 2018 to August 3rd, 2018. 7E6A, authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to execute an agreement with Southport Contracting, Inc. for the installation of new boilers at Cranberry Elementary School for a total not to exceed $240,000. Capital budget account noted, and Norwalk Public Schools State Alliance 2 grant account noted. 7E6B, authorize the NFCC to issue change order on contracts for a total not to exceed $24,000. 7E7A, authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to execute a contract with Has-Pros, Inc. for the Cranberry Elementary School asbestos removal project for a total not to exceed $79,200, account noted. 7E7B, authorize BOE Facilities Department to issue change orders for a total not to exceed $7,920. 7E8A, authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to execute a contract with Reliable Flooring Contractor, LLC, for the Cranberry Elementary School asbestos removal and flooring replacement project for a total not to exceed $36,025. Funding for this project is available from account noted. 7E8B, authorize BOE Facilities Department to issue change orders for a total not to exceed $3,600. We're still on E, huh? 7E11A, authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to execute a contract with AV Tucci, Inc. for the Kendall Elementary School cafeteria and kitchen upgrades project for a total not to exceed $194,800. Funding for this project is available from account noted. 7E11B, authorize BOE Facilities Department to issue change orders for a total not to exceed $19,480. 7E12A, authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to execute an agreement with M. Brett Painting Co., Inc. for the Norwalk High School exterior painting project for a total not to exceed $258,480. Funds are available in account noted. 7E12B, authorize the NFCC to issue change order on contract for a total not to exceed $25,848. We are at E13, 7E13, authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to execute an amendment to the agreement with JCJ Architecture PC for architectural design services tasks C, D, and E for the new South Norwalk School at Ely site, aka New Columbus School, for a total not to exceed of $1,110,000, account noted. And 7E14, A, authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to execute an agreement with MCOR Services New England Mechanical for the new Norwalk High School kitchen walk-in refrigerator and freezer energy-efficient equipment upgrade project for a total not to exceed $61,274. Funds are available and account noted. And 7E14B, authorize the NFCC to issue change order on contract for a total not to exceed $6,127. 7F1, authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to execute any and all documents associated with the submission of the PY44 AAP to HUD. And finally, 7F2, authorize the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, to execute any and all documents consistent with the approved 2015 to 2019 consolidated plan and PY44 annual action plan.
Very well. Well done, Mr. Ioannidis. I will now be calling for a vote. If there are no objections to the consent calendar, all in favor of accepting the consent calendar as read, please raise your hand and signify yes. No? Are you voting, Mr. Sims?
Yeah.
Unanimous. Back to you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Kaitis. Was there an item that you wanted to add to the agenda?
Yes, I was going to do that at the end, Mr. Mayor,
Okay.
at the suspension of the rules.
Okay, so now if I can go through the consent calendar and see where we might be. 6A2 will go into executive session. It looks like we're all the way over to 7E, 9A, and 9B. Is that correct, Mr. Livingston?
That is correct, Mr. Mayor. Thank you. I'm going to move 9A, 9B, and 10 together, and then I'll speak to them. So 9A, authorize the city's purchasing agent to issue a purchase order to Automated Building Systems, Inc. for the Norwalk High School and Brigham High School retro commissioning energy conservation project for a total not to exceed $50,819, account noted. 9B, authorize DOE Facilities Department to issue change orders for a total not to exceed $5,081. And 10, authorize the city's purchasing agent to issue a purchase order to Colliers International for the Norwalk High School and Brian McMahon High School retro commissioning energy conservation project for a total not to exceed $35,420, account noted. I asked that these items come off the agenda for a couple reasons, and in the spirit of living green, I think it's appropriate we talk about them, because I wanted to highlight some of the energy projects, conservation projects that are going on in the city that don't get much attention. These particular items are the result of a utility cost savings review of all the mechanical equipment at Brian McMahon and Norwalk High School conducted by the Board of Education and the city in partnership with Eversource. In the process, Eversource identified 12 systems at the two schools that can provide cost savings and short-term paybacks. The 5 projects or systems being addressed in these items have a payback of about a year and a half, which is pretty good. And Eversource estimates up to a 40% savings in energy costs once all 12 systems are fully optimized over a 3-year period. And I say this because these are just some of the items we've been looking at over the last few years, and I'll just highlight a couple others that we've been involved in. And these include the lighting retrofits at police headquarters, at Ben Franklin and the main library and other facilities, which a number of which have included significant incentives from the utilities, as well as the ongoing projects at City Hall, including the removal and replacement of the obsolete and inefficient AC system. Not to mention, we have the solar projects going on at Naramake and Norwalk High, as well as the new Columbus School, and hopefully Ponus Newport, I believe, as well. So there's a lot to be done still, but I wanted to publicly acknowledge and commend Alan Lowe on the city side and Bill Hodel at the Board of Education for their efforts to date, and encourage more of the same.
Thank you,
I'd like to
Mr.
move these
Livingston.
items.
Further discussion. Mr. Kites.
Yeah, just to echo Mr. Livingston's comments, with a minimal investment, we're able to reduce our energy costs by almost half. Basically, money going to bonds, things along that nature. And I do also want to credit Mr. Littell and definitely Mr. Lowe. And I hope to see all future projects also adopt these same energy efficiencies. Because if you're replacing a furnace with a little more investment, you can the rebates that are available are beneficial to everyone. So thank you. Anyway.
Further discussion. I want to thank Bill and Alan as well. We know that there's a difficult situation here with City Hall with solar panels, and we're exploring the possibility now of a little bit more expensive carport with solar panels on top, but that's probably a year or so down the road. But again, thank you for your efforts. Norwalk does want to be a green community, and everything that we can possibly do to add to that, to do the things that we need to do to save energy, use more sustainable energy, and reduce our carbon footprint is always something that's desirable. And I want to thank the council too, because you're a part of this. You're a part of this process, and I think we're making leaps and bounds that we probably haven't seen in the city of Norwalk ever before. So again, thank you. So seeing no further discussion, all in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Mr. Kites?
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to suspend the rules to add an item to the agenda, and I'd like to read that item now. The item being executive session, attorney-client privilege communication regarding the city's legal rights pertaining to the land disposition and development agreement by the city, between the City Redevelopment Agency and POCO IWSR Developers LLC. This discussion is specifically exempt under FOIA sections 1-210B4 and 1-210B10.
Mr. Kites has made a motion to add that item to the agenda. All in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries unanimously. And I believe you said that was going to be an executive session because executive session.
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
So now we need a motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
Mr. Livingston so moves. All in favor? Thank you. We're in executive session at 8:03. We are out of executive session. During executive session, no motions were made, no votes were taken. We are now on item 6A2. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Moved by Councilman Kites to authorization to settle the claim Terrence Cummings versus Jermaine Nash et al. All in favor of the motion as presented on the agenda? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Opposed?
6.
6? Well, can I do that again? All in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Opposed? 1, 2, 3, 4. The motion carries. Do I have a motion?
To adjourn.
Made by Mr. Igneri. All in favor? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.